JDub is back at it here to give everyone another Game of Thrones Season 1 episode reaction video. Before I get into that, though, it's pretty important. If you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Game of Thrones, or you're just not sure, I suggest that you take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which of course I'll put in the description for you, like I always do. If that's the case and you find out that you're not caught up, I suggest that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Game of Thrones Season 1, Episode number 7. The title of this episode is called You Win or You Die. Gonna be my reaction, my review, and recap of the episode. We get a Tywin Lannister sighting, as Tywin gives half of his forces to Jaime, his son, to attack River Run, seat of House Tully, and Lady Catelyn's childhood home, believing war with the Starks will allow the Lannisters to rule the Seven Kingdoms. Don't they kind of already rule the seven Kingdoms to a certain degree? There's a scene with Lord Baelish, a.k.a. Littlefinger, at the brothel with Roz and another female, which I don't remember her name, and they're kind of getting it on, and then he's just talking and telling them to do different positions, and gratuitous TNA is always fun in Game of Thrones. Osha, now a servant of Winterfell, reveals that she and her fellow wildlings were fleeing from the White Walkers, and Benjen's horse returns from north of the wall without him. Sam believes Jon, assigned as a steward to the Lord Commander instead of a ranger, is being groomed for a command position. As Jon and Sam take their vows near a heart tree, Jon's direwolf ghost brings back a dismembered hand. Interesting. Daenerys fails to convince Khal Drogo to invade her homeland. Ser Jorah receives a royal pardon and realizes Daenerys' assassination has been ordered. He saves her from an attempted poisoning, and Drogo, not Drago. I'm thinking of Rocky Rocky 4 and Creed 2. Vows to lead his people to reclaim the Iron Throne for his unborn son. Ned confronts Queen Cersei with the knowledge that her children were incestually fathered by her brother Jaime Lannister, which of course is true. Cersei defends her affair and reveals Robert was still in love with Ned's deceased sister, Lyanna Stark. Ned tells Cersei to leave the capital with her children before he tells Robert the truth. Morally wounded by a boar, Robert dictates his will and testament to Ned, naming him regent until Joffrey becomes of age. Instead of Joffrey, Ned writes, "My rightful heir." Robert begs Ned to make Joffrey a better man, and tells him to let Daenerys live. Renly tries to convince Ned to launch a coup against the Lannisters, but Ned refuses and dispatches a letter to the rightful heir, Stannis Baratheon. Ned reveals Joffrey's heritage to Littlefinger, who suggests that if Joffrey proves an unfit ruler, they use the truth to make Renly king instead. Ned refuses, asking Littlefinger to secure the city's watch support against Cersei's men-at-arms. And then by this time, Robert Baratheon has died. Unfortunately, he was kind of funny with the "you got fat" and all these funny lines. Renly has fled, and Joffrey has ordered his own coronation. Ned and his allies present Robert's will to the court, but Cersei shakes it off and just tears up the paper and throws it on the floor, or lets it drop on the floor, I should say, and orders Sir Barristan Selmy to seize Ned, who orders his men to arrest Cersei and Joffrey. Instead, the City Watch slaughters the Stark men as Littlefinger holds Ned at knife point, telling him, "I did warn you not to trust me," and that is the end of the episode. So this season 1, I don't remember a lot of things that happen. I should. They're pretty obvious things that happen in Game of Thrones, but the premiere I knew pretty well. I didn't remember the events of this episode. I don't know why I didn't remember, but it is what it is. Maybe I've only watched season 1 twice, and it's been a long time. I don't know. But anyway, pretty crazy end to the episode. What's going to happen from here? What's going to happen to Ned Stark? Well, I know. I'm sure all of you know, too. Crazy stuff. And I remember that episode, episode 9. I remember that, obviously. But the events leading to it are really cloudy in my head. I like the stuff with Cersei a lot, how she doesn't really care if he's got knowledge about her. she'll just ignore it and find something else to. Cersei is fucking. She is someone not to mess with. That's for sure. Jorah saving Daenerys from getting poisoned was pretty crazy. Jon Snow now becomes a member of the Night's Watch, and then Ghost has that dismembered hand. So pretty interesting episode so far. The best episode of Game of Thrones that I've rewatched for the millionth time. Although the first season, maybe I didn't watch as much as I thought I did. I don't know. Hopefully I'll remember more in the second season. But I'm going to give that episode a 9.3 out of 10. I think it was pretty solid. The character of the episode, there's really two ways I could go with this. I really want to give it to Cersei. I really want to give it to Lord Baelish, Littlefinger. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I'm going to give it to Littlefinger because just how, cunning he is and the things that he sets up and the plan he puts to action, this leads Game of Thrones down a really dark path. And this kind of starts the whole thing, if it hadn't already started before. But Lord Baelish, a.k.a. Littlefinger, is the character of the episode. So you've heard what I have to say, and Cersei was damn good in this episode too, might I add. Even though she didn't have as much time, her moments were definitely memorable. But like I said, you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. First of all, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones, make sure you smash that like button. We need more likes than we're getting. Just like you can dislike it too if you want. How about that? If you know anybody that would be interested in this, go ahead and share it with them. Don't forget to leave me comments about your thoughts on the episode, your score of the episode, or if you just want to talk about anything Game of Thrones related, that is fine to do in the comment section. I assume everybody that's watched these videos has already seen the series, and if they haven't yet, well, that's very unfortunate. And last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special, and JDev will return.